And WNBA star Brittney Griner was back in a Russian courtroom this morning as U.S. officials attempt to negotiate a prisoner swap for her release. Griner has been detained since February when she was accused of trying to smuggle less than 1 gram of hashish oil in her luggage while traveling through a Moscow airport. Today, her defense team called into question the testing methods of the vape cartridges at the center of this case and the competency of the employee conducting those tests. ABC News contributor and columnist at USA Today, Christine Brennan, joins me live now for more on this. Christine, what did you make of what happened in court today?
Diane, this is certainly a long, slow slog. If we think that over here, one can only imagine what Brittney Griner's life is like. And it's just kind of unbelievable that it's well past 5 months and this is still a couple, hours in court, back into prison. On and on it goes. But what the defense is trying to do here is call into question, as you mentioned, the technician in the lab and the testing procedure. Any little thing that they can do, all meant to try to get a lesser sentence. 10 years would be what is expected at this point, which of course is awful for this trial. But the idea would be anything you could do to poke holes in that, in the prosecution's case, so to speak. And the judge is there listening to all of it, expected to rule within the next week or so. And that's where this is. So it's so unfortunate to see this continuing charade, frankly, but this is Brittney Griner's fate at this point.
Now, why would questions about how the lab tested for this oil, why would that matter at this stage in the case?
This is an issue throughout drug testing in sports, which I've covered for years with positive drug tests at the Olympics, at World Championships, in Major League Baseball, NFL. The idea is to call into question what has been done in a lab. Obviously, anything you can do to poke any holes, that's the reason. So we don't know if it's successful. We don't know if there were irregularities in the testing of the cartridges that Brittney Griner has said she brought in. And of course, she said it was a mistake. But it seems like a very strong strategy on her part and the lawyer's part to make that case, to say, wait a minute, there were issues here and maybe it wasn't what you're saying it is. Anything they can do to help her case.
Now, the judge could issue her ruling by Friday. Griner's already pleaded guilty to accidentally bringing these cartridges in. Now the question of whether or not she actually tried to smuggle them in. What happens if she's found guilty of that?
At that point, that actually moves the whole situation forward. Weirdly, interestingly, kind of ironically, Diane, that the idea is to get this done so that negotiations can continue. If the reporting, of course, over the months has been accurate, the idea with the prisoner exchange, which of course now we know has been in the works, has been discussed. The U.S. government has said that, and so we see where it goes next. So frankly, this has to happen. Trial gets over as quickly as possible, even though that's ridiculous because it has taken so long. Again, just such a difficult time for Brittney Griner. But get that trial over. And then you can start to see if there's a prisoner swap, an exchange, whatever it is. But Russia wants that guilty verdict to be able to hold that over the United States' head. They'll get that guilty verdict. We know that for a fact. And then you can move on to the next phase of this very difficult situation.
All right, Christine Brennan, always great to have your analysis. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.